Cue the intro. Hello there to all you bucketheads, and welcome to all you hulks. This is another episode of the most disorganized podcast on the internet. Welcome to Under the Helmet Podcast. I just threw my glasses away, and now my hair is in my face. Now, excuse me, I'm going to move this from my face because it will annoy me the entire show if I just leave it. I was committed to the bit, and you can't say I wasn't. Welcome to our new series on the show called Disney Plus Digests. So before we get started, I want to kind of talk a little bit about Disney Plus Digest and kind of where this is coming from. So for those of you that have noticed, there is a lot of shows coming out, specifically to Disney Plus.
All at once.
And all at once. So it was having a hard time coming up with, okay, well, we're going to do this episode this day. And then we're like, but then we can't talk about what we want to talk about. So we decided, because the episodes come out Wednesday and She-Hulk on Thursday. So we are doing Disney Plus Digest, where we can talk about everything out on Disney Plus, all on Thursdays. So definitely stay tuned for that, because it's going to be a good one.
The calendar got filled very quickly when we tried to give each show its own individual day. We were like, oh God, this is going to be a nightmare. So it's all just Disney Plus Digest, and it's going to make our lives vastly easier. And then when Star Wars things start releasing in addition to Marvel things, we're going to figure it out.
We'll just mush them together, do like half hour each thing. So
we'll roll with it.
Maybe less, maybe more. Who knows? We get long-winded. But anyways, before we get started, again, don't forget to like this video. Leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about episode 1 of She-Hulk. Also, if you like this, you should subscribe to Under the Helmet Podcast, because we go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30.
It's a good time.
Wild. I know. We do it. We're committed. We are in this for the long run.
Every time, unless we don't.
In which that case, what do we do if we don't? How will our loyal fans know? I'm glad you asked, hypothetical person. You can join our Discord, which of course is in the link in the video description below, or follow us on Instagram, because sometimes we'll comment on Instagram, but best place to check, of course, would be that Discord. So definitely come join the Discord. It's a fun time. We've got great people. We've had great conversations. I was dropping She-Hulk spoilers in our She-Hulk spoilers channel today.
There are regular memes dropped either about just various things. Sometimes they're dropped about us. That always surprises me when, people are making memes about us, because I'm like, we're not big enough for people to be making memes about us. But then, CT dropped the one day of it was Mobius and Sylvie.
Exactly. So we could be memeing, we could be dreaming, and sometimes we're even cleaning. So come join that Discord. It's a great time. But with that being said, let's talk about the Big Green Lady show, because I've been waiting for this one. Alrighty, let us go ahead and first hit the banner. Non-spoilers first. We'll get them out of the way.
Yep.
Get our non-spoiler section out of the way.
Where's it at? It's up here.
It's somewhere. Alrighty.
It's in there.
So Eli, what are your non-spoiler thoughts on She-Hulk? What do you think?
Big Green Lady show good. I like.
First episode was really good. I'd argue that it could be considered peak, but that's neither here nor there. I just really enjoyed it. I liked the whole dynamic. I liked Jennifer Walters. I liked seeing Bruce Banner. I liked how she got her powers. I thought that was super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Where And then I liked, we see in the trailers they've got training scenes. I liked all of that. I liked the dynamic between Bruce and oh god, what Jennifer. I liked their dynamic. I thought it was really good. I liked especially the ending. The ending of the show was great, and the post-credit scene was even greater. It answers one of the most important questions in the end.
Arguably the most important question answered of the entire show.
Oh
Like
yeah, easily.
the biggest, it's the one that we've been asking ourselves forever. Forever. Let's not kid ourselves.
Oh yeah, no, the one we've been asking since the beginning. But unfortunately, it raises more questions.
It does. It really does.
So, as much as I want to talk about that, I wanted to give She-Hulk its due credit before we talk about the greater MCU tie-ins. So we'll save that till closer to the end. So if you want to hear our thoughts on that big reveal, you know the one. If you've seen the episode, if you haven't seen the episode, stop watching our show. Pause. Go watch
Hold
the
off. Go do
episode.
the thing.
Go watch Big Green Lady show. This is a direct order. Go do it. You will
This is
the show. Go and watch it whenever you're done.
a direct order from your supreme leader. Go watch She-Hulk.
Now.
Knock over.
Alrighty. So
I can't see.
there's only one question I have for this show after the first little bit of it that was never really explained. What was up with that alien? All right, so we're gonna go to spoilers now. So this is your spoiler warning. Quick non-spoilers today, but there isn't really much we can get into that's non-spoiler.
Yeah.
So with that spoiler warning out of the way, what was that alien ship doing?
Dude, I don't know. That okay. We haven't seen Sakaar at all since Ragnarok. So
Yeah.
I'm confused, I'm intrigued, I'm perplexed. I'm asking questions.
Me too.
But I don't have answers to any of them.
So what I find interesting is this. We see Bruce in this. All of the Bruce Banner scenes in the trailers, we have now seen in the show.
Right.
So,
like
I want to put out a theory. Because we know from behind the scenes stuff, apparently Marvel is trying to negotiate with Universal to get film rights for the Hulk.
Yes.
And we know that people have been crying, moaning, pissing, shitting, coming themselves, all that good stuff.
Dylan, it is within the first 15 minutes.
But they've been doing all of this for a World War Hulk movie. They've been dying. They've been crying. They've been complaining
doing the stuff
a lot. Oh my god, they ruined the Hulk. So, that's a Sakaarian ship that showed up. What if they showed up to take Bruce Banner back to Sakaar?
Could be.
What if at the end of the show, after Bruce sees that Jennifer is fine as she is, he's like, okay, she's doing fine. We don't really need her.
The world already has the Hulk it needs.
Exactly. So I'm going to go to Sakaar and deal with their issues because last we saw, the Grand Master was getting ousted from power. Sounds like the perfect setup for a World War Hulk. I'm just saying. It could happen. This is all just wild speculation. So keep that in mind. If that doesn't happen, am I going to be upset? No. Am I going to cry about it? No. Am I going to complain on the internet about it? Probably not.
That's not our style.
Deep. It ain't that deep. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too.
Yeah.
I think we'll get an answer as to why the ship was there. But if we don't,
Well, because from what I had heard, every episode of She-Hulk has a post-credit scene. Every single one.
because this one dropped a banger for the first. So,
Yes, it did. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about that?
not yet.
Ah,
I want to give the show its due diligence before we talk about its connection to the wider MCU, especially that one point. That way, people will watch our episode.
That's a fair point.
It's a cheap trick, and guess what? You're gonna watch it anyway.
You're gonna watch it.
And here's the thing: if you're thinking right now, hey, I could just pause the episode and leave, not come back. Please don't.
I mean, you could.
You could.
But why?
But
why would you do that?
Then you wouldn't know our thoughts on that scene. You know the one, the post-credit scene. You want to know our thoughts. That's why you're watching our show. So you'll stick around. I have a feeling. But anyways, enough torturing the fan base. It's one of those nights.
It is one of those nights.
So let's get on to the one thing that everybody complains about when it is a female-centered anything. We got a training montage as with Jennifer Walters and Bruce Banner, both in their
I enjoyed the hell out of that.
I did too. It was really well done. The jokes were funny. It was also, from what I've seen, I'm a man. I don't know this firsthand, but from the experiences I've heard from women and other, ladies that I've interacted with, they had a lot of them actually related to what Jen was saying about how being a woman, you learn to deal with your anger and you learn to deal with your emotions in a very different way than men do. And that kind of plays into the dichotomy between Bruce and his Hulk and Jennifer and her Hulk, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, because Jennifer, Bruce brought this up. Jennifer doesn't have an alter ego. There's no other guy to try and get a hold of.
Right. For those who are not aware, so Bruce Banner's alter ego comes from his content warning real quick. He was abused as a child.
Oh.
So that's where that comes from in the comics. We don't know if this is true in the MCU. It could very well be, but we don't know. It's never been outright stated. So that is part of the reason why the Hulk exists, is because the gamma radiation sort of gave that side of him power.
Interesting.
Very much so.
I was unaware of this.
I just found out today on TikTok. But of course, once a new thing comes out, everybody becomes an expert on it, or everyone's a big comic fan of it. So, take it with a little pinch of salt. Yeah, it definitely, Gabby, it's very sad. But I wanted to talk about the training scenes because of this. We didn't need scenes of her training to show competency later in the show. And I think that's one thing people are going to point to with this and be like, well, we got to see her training, so we know she's competent. Here's the thing. You don't need training scenes to prove competency. We didn't see Captain America training with his shield to show that he could use the shield. We got a montage of him using it, which is not the same thing. We didn't need to see Thor's extensive backstory of him, training and learning to harness his lightning through Mjolnir. He just does it. So we need to hold our characters to the same standard. We didn't see all of Natasha's training until much later, but we never questioned her competency. But when it's a character that is not conventional, I'm not even going to say conventionally attractive, because I think she's very, very attractive. When it's a character that the man babies want to hate on, well, there's no training scene, so how do we know that they're good? You can just give them the same suspension of disbelief that you would give a male character. It ain't that deep, brother. Just sit back and enjoy the show. Or don't. Leave. Just don't go review bomb it on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever.
I think IMDb is their current platform.
Oh yeah, IMDb. Great. Thanks, guys. Very cool.
Yeah,
Very
thanks.
cool.
Thanks
Love
for
how
that.
it's all men in the same demographic that are giving negative reviews of the show. Mind you, before the
100%.
first episode even premiered, I saw it before going to bed last night. Really?
Yeah.
It's just butthurt behavior. It's just butthurt behavior. Really. Like, cope harder, I guess. Like what more do you want me to say? Cope on it.
I think
Cope
in this case we can hit him with a good old Dylan do better, you know?
Yeah, for real. Do better. Well, I would say do better, but they won't. They won't do better.
They won't.
They're gonna keep being shitheads. And then here's the thing: if you want to keep being a shithead, feel free. But if you're gonna review bomb a show before it comes out, it means that you don't really dislike the show. You're just looking for something else to hate on. And what's funny is that we've had 3 Disney Plus shows review bombed.
Yep.
You want to guess which ones they are?
Ooh, let's see. I'm gonna pick POC, female
What
lead.
What shows?
Oh, I'm just guessing qualifying factors.
Oh, we know that we're saying that part out, the quiet part out loud.
Ah, I gotcha. Let's see. It's definitely She-Hulk. It's Ms. Marvel, and then for my third one, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Nope.
No.
WandaVision, actually.
WandaVision.
Yep, WandaVision got review bomb.
WandaVision.
Yep.
I must have missed that. That completely flew over my head.
It wasn't as deep as this show,
right?
But I think, if I remember correctly, it was a very like small story because like I think it started happening when like Maria Rambeau started getting a bigger, or no, was it Maria or Monica?
Oh yeah,
when she showed up and started getting a greater spotlight, or it may have even been after the show finished. But yeah, WandaVision had a huge tank in reviews. And here's the thing: you can be like, "Oh, well, the finale was underwhelming," you know.
No, it was the racist.
Sure, it was. Just because you didn't like it doesn't mean it was underwhelming. Just because your echo chamber doesn't like it doesn't mean it's bad. And here's the thing. Here's one of the things I want to talk about real quick when it comes to superhero media before we get onto it. Little tiny rant time.
Tiny rant.
So, what is the purpose of superhero mediums, superhero shows and movies and comic books and all that? They are a vessel to push morals and values onto people. That's what it was. They have always been that way. They will always be that way. I mean, so for example, they are a vessel to talk about the persecution of marginalized groups. We know this. Sometimes it's a little more on the nose. Sometimes it's a little more subtle. But regardless, to say that, oh, the show has an agenda, of course it does. That's everything the whole point of things existing. Like, everything has an agenda. You just don't like what's being said because it contradicts your political views. And that is bitch boy behavior. Really lame of you.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the thing. There is stuff to enjoy, even in things you disagree with. And if you can't see that, well, you're blinded. You're blinded by your preconceived notions of things. But you don't have to be that way. All right, small rant over. Back to Big Green Lady show.
Little rant.
So, I have to say, people were complaining about the CGI in this show. I really didn't see it. I enjoyed it. I saw no big issues with the CGI or anything like that. But full disclosure, I have kind of an untrained eye when it comes to it. I'm not exactly looking at these shows with a microscopic lens looking for off pixels. So you could just attribute it to that, or it's not really that bad. And you're just looking for things to nitpick and complain because you don't want to say it's because it's got a woman in it.
I just stopped caring about the CGI a long time ago.
I just think I thought it looked good. I thought it looked cool. I had
I
no
like
issue.
Big Green Lady.
Yeah.
What's
She
the
looks
matter
good.
with that?
For real. And then let's see what else is there. Let's see. So I also thought what was really interesting about this show was the moments we got to see between Jennifer and Bruce, how they kind of got to like, communicate with each other and how they were. There's one line that I can't remember, but she said something to him and he was like, "Gross, I'm your cousin."
Oh, it was about yoga, and he was like, "Do you know why we do yoga?" And she was like, "So I can get a tight butt."
Yeah, exactly. I've had conversations like that with my cousins, like not about like that, but like they'll say something and it'll be like, "Ew, gross, you're my cousin. That's weird."
Why do you think I'm hitting the gym? I gotta get my Nightwing bod together, and by my Nightwing bod, I mean my ass.
Precisely. We gotta remember what's important.
Professionals have standards.
Thick thighs save lives.
Absolutely, they do.
But yeah, so overall, I really enjoyed the show. There was not a whole lot to really talk about because it was more setup than anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I also really enjoyed the scene of Jen at the bar where the guys were like hitting on her.
Yes,
And
that was good. And she just hulks out and scares the shit out of him.
it was
That was
about,
amazing.
all right, I'm willing to bet that at least one of those guys shit themselves.
Oh, 100%. I'm willing to bet. Also, one thing I really loved was all the gals in the bathroom, like helping her out. Because,
He ain't worth it, girl.
Yeah, the one gal who's like, he or she or they, and then something about like, it doesn't matter what, but you do need shoes. This is a public bathroom. And then they get her like shoes, a coat. She has like this big old pink coat, which I actually have a coat like that. It's a white, authentic fur coat. I call it my pimp coat.
Now you got diet pink.
No. You don't mess with fur like that.
Yeah,
It does look like an extra piece from a Macklemore video. You know what I'm talking about. It looks like that. I will wear it on stream one day for guests to know.
I'm gonna pop some tabs. Only got $20 in my pocket. Such a good song. I love Macklemore.
Solid song.
Yeah, I know. I'm corny. White moment.
I will add that to my guest to know wardrobe outfit because I'm just gonna keep getting more ridiculous. I might pull up one day wearing like 5 cloaks.
That is the point of guest to know. For those who are unaware, guest to know is about being as out there as possible.
Mm-hmm. So because you're supposed to get to know everybody. That's the whole point of it. It's like
you want to be goofy and wild and spontaneous. So let's see, what else is there to talk about in this show? So the legal stuff. There was I guess one of the writers of the show came out and said something about like, oh, we're not good at writing legal stuff.
Could have fooled me.
I don't really care. Here's the thing. If it's not like, now, what did they mean by that? I don't know. I haven't actually seen where they said it. I'm just seeing people's reactions to it, where people are like, you should have just not said that. You should have just kept your mouth shut so you could take it to the grave, yada, 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 whatever.
I don't know. I don't care. It happens.
Yeah. Now, I bet it's going to be like that scenario where they, where if like a real lawyer, because we all know there's pages that are like, real lawyer reacts to law scenes in X show and here's the thing. good on him, Mr. Lawyer Man. Get your bag.
Great.
But if it's like that and they're like, well, it's not exactly how this would work, I don't care. Everyone else messes it up. It doesn't have to be like fully realistic and perfect. Like a lady literally punched through the freaking wall and the She-Hulk knocked her out.
My guy, you do not understand. I am here for Big Green Lady.
Wait. So you're telling me that doesn't happen in your average courtroom? Whoa. Maybe in this fictional universe, things are done differently because it's, a fiction.
If that doesn't
Darn.
happen in the average courtroom,
Damn, that's crazy. Listen, I'm just saying that if my lawyer turned into a giant green rage monster and punched another chick across the courtroom, maybe I would go more.
I'm just saying, if this stuff would happen, maybe people would actually enjoy jury duty and not try and find every excuse not to go.
Oh man, that's crazy. Cause no, I'm just kidding. I have a plan to get out of jury duty, but that's between me and.
There's a delightful little phrase that will actually cause you to never be picked for jury duty. You have to wait until you get there to say it, but
We'll talk after stream because I think I know what you're talking about.
is it jury nullification?
Oh no, mine's a little bit goofier.
You know, I do want to take a little minute to talk about this. For those who don't know, jury nullification is the idea that you're on this case, and you're presented with, say, like a morally gray issue, like a guy who was caught stealing bread to feed his family of 5. And jury nullification is the idea that, yes, I acknowledge that he did it, but I don't believe that makes him guilty.
Okay. I did not
it
know
holds
that.
the jury at a standstill, and therefore they can't hold you as an accurate juror. If you even say, I know about jury nullification, they'll immediately pull you.
And here I was just going to go, hey, that's my cousin.
If you do it with that voice too, they'll probably believe you.
Howdy, cuz. So you at the barbecue.
Here I went full like Jennifer Walters over here. Be like, here is this legal term and what it means.
I went Randy the Hick.
Yes, you did. Also, I want to talk more about Titania, the chick who broke into the courtroom. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know why she's there. I love her outfit, and I'm very excited to see more of her because from what her actress has talked about on social media, and also I just love her actress. I believe it's Jamila Jamil.
I think that's the name. Yeah,
she's spectacular.
I can't wait to see more. This show is one of the ones that I watched it and was genuinely like, I'm ready to see more.
This show,
because every show I've seen that's been like that.
This show and Ms. Marvel had me from the very beginning. I know Ms. Marvel didn't have you from the very beginning, but it caught you. It caught you there.
It did. I think that it was one of the Ms. Marvel is one of those shows that when I first watched it, I was kind of like, I don't really know where we're going with this. But then it kind of pulled me in, which is why you give things a fair chance. Let the movie or the show speak for itself. Don't listen to the news. Here's the thing. You can listen to reviews and people say this movie is bad or this show is bad. But until you watch it for yourself, don't make judgments on it. And don't judge some people for liking things that are objectively bad. Here's a good example I like to bring up. I like the original Suicide Squad movie.
Ooh.
I recognize that it is white hot garbage from almost every perspective.
You recognize that they took David Ayer's vision and just
I recognize that they took the vision for the movie, they threw it in a blender, and then in a wood chipper, and then they cut up those pieces, and then they glued it all back together and tried to make a blanket. And it did not work. But it is.
You ended up with this weird towel-looking thing that covers like maybe half your foot.
And here's what I enjoy about that movie. You can find things you like in a bad movie. You can be like, okay, this movie is not great, but dang, Will Smith has a great performance.
Mm-hmm.
And Margot Robbie. And the guy that plays Captain Boomerang.
Oh, yes. Yes, Captain Boomerang. He came back for the next Suicide Squad briefly.
And then they killed him off, and I was so sad.
Yeah, he died.
Also, guess who else I loved? Diablo. Diablo was awesome.
Diablo was pretty cool, yeah.
He did not get enough credit. But yeah, anyways, enough about the Suicide Squad. I think it is time we talk about the elephant in the room. Or should we say, the Hulk in the room? The question that has been in everyone's minds since, 2011? Or was it 2010? And that question is this. Did Captain America die a virgin?
2011.
Yeah. Did Captain America die a virgin? So the answer to that question is no. Because according to Bruce Banner, Captain Steve Rogers, I'm trying to think of the most eloquent way to word this.
Can I think of a less elegant way? It's 32 minutes in and I want to say some shit.
Steve Rogers was clapping cheeks on the USO tour in 1943. And I just have to say, that raises so many questions. So not only did this man not die a virgin, he didn't even go into the ice a virgin. Steve, you have been the butt of virginity jokes since your movie came out. And we just have to say, damn, bro. I can only imagine, though, what was he like on his first time?
Awkward. Do you think he cried afterwards?
He probably cried before and afterwards, but not during.
He has a job to do?
Yep.
Just like Matthew Murdock. That's
the best characters. The best characters cry before, cry after, but not during. Because god damn it, there's a job to be done.
Well, I think we've managed to run through the episode. This one, I feel like it's definitely setting up. It's setting up a lot.
Yeah. Captain America fucks, confirmed.
Yep. Captain America.
Yes, that was a perfect ending, too.
Oh, it was. It was 100% a perfect ending. Oh, I'm very dark now.
Yeah, this one has a hood on it. Surprise. I'm a cool
All right.
Bro. My head was getting cold for a second. But yeah.
Right. Let's pull up.
Let's go ahead and let's do while we pull up news and rumors. Let's kind of do final thoughts on this episode. So final thoughts. Really enjoyed it. Can't wait for more.
Big Green Lady good. I like Big Green Lady.
We do like us a Big Green Lady.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I still can't get over the fact that Steve Rogers clapped cheeks all the way back in 43. It just blows my mind. It blew my mind when that happened. I actively yelled out loud. But yeah, where was it? Let me go to there's yeah, I look like I think we're good on the episode. We won't talk about.
Is it just me or does this lighting give like villain vibes?
It does give villain vibes.
All right, everyone. It's news and rumors time. You also can't see my eyes behind the screen going. All right, first up, we have news about Deadpool. We have, past things about Deadpool 2. Apparently,
Oh,
Aaron Taylor Johnson has revealed that Deadpool 2 director David Leitch offered him a
yeah.
role in the sequel. I met him, but I didn't do that. Interesting.
It probably would have been for like a dead Quicksilver joke.
Probably. We have some other news about a project I didn't even know was happening. Iron Man's binarily augmented retroframing, otherwise known as BARF, technology from Captain America Civil War, has been spotted in set photos from a Mysterio MCU project. I didn't know there was a Mysterio MCU project.
Me either. Maybe like a no way. Maybe like a Far From Home flashback. Who knows? Or like, I have no idea. That's interesting.
Could be. Do we even know if he is dead? Do we even know? Maybe.
Good
Maybe
question.
not.
Maybe he's not, and he comes back because they kind of left it ambiguous. So
I don't know. Something about this is giving Otto Octavius vibes. Yeah, you getting that?
I am.
I think it's the circular glasses. Anyway, um, little fact that I bet you didn't know: Marvel's Spider-Man on PlayStation 4, one of my personal all-time favorite games, almost featured multiplayer. Data miners dug through the recent PC release and found references in the code to removed co-op and competitive modes featuring Peter and Miles. The winner would have been described as the superior Spider-Man.
Ah, interesting. That's very interesting. That would have been something.
We have more video game news. Disney and Marvel games will be showcased at the D23 Expo on September 9th at 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Fingers crossed for Jedi Survivor.
Oh, God, I hope so. I really hope so. But our final piece of news is actually about where in the MCU's timeline She-Hulk takes place. She-Hulk Attorney at Law takes place after Moon Knight Season 1, but before Ms. Marvel on the MCU timeline, which places the events of the series around summer 2025. And that's all we
Nice.
have for news and rumors.
Interesting. Oh, I want to give a little bit of news. So for all of our epic gamers out there, our good fan favorite character of the show was just added to Fortnite. That is right.
Starkiller?
You can now play as Goku in Fortnite.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
He not beat Goku. So now you can kill Darth Vader as Goku and then proceed to hit the gritty.
Excellent. Yeah. I have more gaming news. Ghostbuster Spirits Unleashed had their first developer stream today. I got to watch it. I watched the entire thing after I got off work. Let me tell you, that game is going to be so good. They were playing on an old build of the game, and it looked beautiful. The gameplay was amazing. It looks like it's going to be so fun multiplayer. I am already plotting out and trying to get people together to build up a Ghostbusters crew to play it with. I think it's going to be awesome, and I was watching it and having fun. If that tells you anything, I genuinely think that game is going to be just amazing, just absolutely amazing. But then I have a final piece of news, arguably the most important piece of news that we've had come through my entire news and rumors outlet. But it's a very personal piece of news to Dylan and I, as well as a very special friend of the show. But that is in regards to my good buddy Callahan. Some of you may know it is his birthday today, so if everyone could wish me or join me in wishing Callahan a very happy birthday today in the chat, we would be very appreciative.
Absolutely. Happy birthday, Callahan. We talked about it in the Discord a little bit today, but we definitely wanted to give him a shout out on the show. So happy birthday, dude. Hope you had a great day. I hope you got to watch a little bit of.
Oh yes, Callahan's arguably Callahan's one of our biggest Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. guys. It's a toss-up between him and Site, but I think Cal might have him beat just a little.
The two of them were discussing it in the chat one day, and I just was like, cool.
I'm
this was
so
also
happy
while I was on vacation, so it even went further over my head than normal.
Oh, well, you were also barely sober for any of your vacation from what I gathered.
I was for a good... I definitely had a good time, but...
I'm not judging you, Dylan. It's okay.
It's not a drinking problem. It's a drinking solution.
Yes, we wanted to wish Callahan a happy birthday. Callie, you're one of our favorite fans of the show. You're super active with us. You're one of my best friends. We got to play... Callahan and I actually got to test out my Sabak kit the other day, which sits right here next to my...
So I just saw a video of some guys at Galaxy's Edge playing Sabak with the Stormtroopers.
The Stormtroopers will play with you?
Yeah.
Babe, we didn't know. Okay, Gabby and I played just shitloads of Sabak at Galaxy's Edge. Like, we do it during our meals. Is there like
a guy that does it? Like, you could play in the park?
I don't know. We'd just play it when we were sitting down for meals. There's pictures of me in my Flynn Rider outfit holding up the 2 green Cylops, just chilling in one of the seats in, I think it was Docking Bay.
Nice.
It was so fun, man. But Gabby custom made me a Sabak case for my birthday. It's like there's foam cutouts for my deck. She got 3D printed credits or like Sabak chips that I use.
Yep.
And she got me a set of metal dice. So I still actually have the gray Sabak dice. And I keep those around. But yeah, whenever you come up, we're playing Sabak so I can kick your ass. Callahan... I actually got him his own deck. So he's got it with him now. He texted me the other day. He got his first pure Sabak. So super happy for him.
You still have to learn how to play it.
It's super easy. Do you know how to play 5-card poker?
No.
Do you know how to play blackjack?
Is that 21?
Yes. Do you learn card games easy?
Yeah. I think the only card game that I've had trouble learning was ERS.
Okay, it's vastly easier than ERS.
Okay.
It's actually ridiculously easy. The hardest part is that I involved a way to bet.
Nice.
Because Disney didn't make a way to bet, and I was like, what are you doing? This is Star Wars. How am I supposed to win the Millennium Falcon if you can't bet?
Anyway. Yeah. Hold on. Wait, so they made this Sabak game where you couldn't bet.
They didn't involve betting rules. I, on the other hand, did.
Hell yeah. As you should. As you should, brother.
That being said, eventually I want to have a Sabak tournament on stream. So.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. That does involve you having to be here, though.
Or you being here.
We'll just fly everybody in town for a Sabak tournament. I am expecting full costumes from everyone in attendance.
Oh yeah, I'm pulling up. I will go and
wait. We should just do it at a Star Wars celebration.
Oh yeah, I'll go through and I'll sacrifice one of my kidneys for so I can go on the Halcyon, get me some Halcyon merch, and then I'll be good to go.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, do you have anything more for the show tonight? I know this is a shorter episode, but I'm okay with shorter episodes now and then.
Yeah,
especially because I have work in the morning. Early in the morning.
Me too. I have to get up and run. So with that being said, thank you to everybody for coming out and joining another episode of Under the Helmet Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to join our Discord, follow us on Instagram, and check out our personal pages as well because, hey, we be doing our own stuff too.
I'm actually about to. I have a couple Reels ideas that I'm going to be posting soon. And I think I might actually post those Kylo Ren photos from Disney. I think
As
it's
you should.
finally
As
time
you
to
should,
show the
King.
people the Supreme Leader.
As you should, King. Also, if you haven't already, also check out Gabby's stuff because she's been posting a lot as well, and it's been really cool to see.
Yes. Oh, it has been all killer, no filler. Go see my pretty girlfriend's page. Go see it.
With that being said, thank you to everybody. Have a good night. May the Force be with you. And don't forget,